into bad deals because they like, man, I know it's a bad deal, but
I ain't got
get in. This just get me in the game. I don't got right now, and I'll cross that bridge when it comes. I'll worry about that later. Most people don't even have the business acumen or the access to the information. You get what I'm saying? Or knowledge. You have to do the research and the knowledge on it, you know? So most people come into the game, like I said, not even on that mindset and not having the business acumen to even think about ownership, owning my masters, making sure the percentages are right, the longevity.
If y'all don't know who Cordae is, go check out his last album. It's quite incredible. He used to be YBN Cordae. He's talking to Earn Your Leisure right here. And this is very important. And it goes back to that thing I always say. The music business is the music business. Let's talk about it. Hey, what up? It's Deuce. Welcome back to my channel. For everybody returning, you know what time it is. Click the like button, share this video, tell everybody to come on in and get this knowledge. If you're new to the channel, click the subscribe button and hit the bell so you know when I drop new videos. We talk about the music business, specifically hip hop, but you can apply it to everything. And we also talk about other forms of business to make you money and get you to your ultimate happiness. So let's get into this one. This is Cordae. He's talking to Earn Your Leisure. Earn Your Leisure is a great podcast. If you don't know about him, go subscribe to him on all podcast platforms. They're on Apple, they're on the Anchor app, they're everywhere podcasts are available. Spotify, even all those. They always have guests on their show, and they always have some of the brightest minds talking about how they got to where they were and how you can too. This episode had Cordae on it. Cordae is a rapper. He used to be in the camp YBN with Namir. He's now solo, by himself. He dropped the YBN from his name. He is strictly Cordae. In this clip, you see him talking about contracts and basically people trying to get on and just signing the contract and boom, they're in the game, right? But I'm gonna tell y'all what I always say, and I say this in my book a bunch of times. The music business is the music business. Y'all probably saying, Deuce, we're tired of you saying that the music business is the music business. We get it. No, some of you don't get it because you're still signing contracts and then get mad at the record label or whoever you signed your stuff over to that you owe them all the money and you're getting pennies on the dollar. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all this one time. Y'all should know how to read. If you're on YouTube, Instagram right now, I'm gonna assume you know how to read. So read a contract. Because guess what? A contract is you saying you're okay with whatever it says in that contract. And like another thing I always say is everything is negotiable. Alright? Contracts are made with the person who's giving you the contract in mind. They want to get the best deal. You don't have to take the deal. You don't have to sign anything. You can look the contract over and say, all right, I like this, this, and this. I don't like this. That's called redlining. Take a red pen, strike out stuff you don't want to do. Let a lawyer do that. Please don't let you do it because it's just not going to be right. And then you say, here, I want to do this. What does that look like? The person you pass that contract back to is going to either agree or disagree or make more adjustments. That's called negotiations. Everything is negotiable. Regardless of what you think, even if you're talking to a major record label, you can fight the terms in the contract. That's why I have no sympathy for artists when they come out and say, oh, the record label owns my masters. Well, guess what? You signed the contract. Don't get mad about it later on. A good example of this is Dave Chappelle. Y'all saw when he made the video on Instagram talking about the Netflix situation and how Chappelle's show was on Netflix. He was very upset about it because that's something he put his hard work into. He created Chappelle's show and didn't appreciate it being on Netflix. But did you catch the key thing he said? They didn't do anything wrong because he signed the contract. But was it right? And I agree with him. It's not right. But that's what you have to understand when you're an artist and you do sign a contract. You are in effect going into a partnership saying, yes, I am going to sign with you, XYZ company, and in return of you signing, me signing with you and you giving me millions of dollars and using your platform and your machine to promote me, you can have whatever it is I'm creating, whatever's in the contract. That's what you're saying. If you neglected to read that because you got blinded by the stars and the champagne and wanted to be famous, that's your fault. That's why you got to get lawyers to read these contracts. Now, I'm not just talking out the side of my neck. Me and Troy signed a contract with a record label. We went over it, looked at it, his lawyer looked at it, and I'm not gonna speak about the details of the contract, but we've been through contract negotiations. Did he push back on some things? Yes. Did they push back? Yes. We came to a middle ground and signed the deal. And that was that. It happens all the time, people. It's not an uncommon thing. There's a narrative out there that record labels are out to get you and they're bad. That's not true. They're out to make money just like you are. And one thing you gotta remember, when you're signing a record deal with a major recording company, they are taking all the risk up front. The majority of artists in the music industry fail. For every Jay-Z, there's 100 failures. For every J. Cole, 100 failures. Every Kendrick, 100 failures. Think about it. Think about all the people you know that are artists. Then think about all the famous artists you know. There's 7 billion people on the planet, right? Something like that. Think about how many of them are artists and that have failed. So if you got a huge record label that's pumping hundreds of thousands of dollars into artists, the bulk of them are failing, and you get one Cordae, boom. They're keeping your lights on. That's why the contracts are written that way. They are taking all the risk. Now, how do you get around this risk? You build a brand. You come to the record label and say, hey, I got 10 million followers that tune into me every single day. My website is getting this much traffic. I'm getting these many hits. I'm already booking shows and I'm selling out 10,000 seat venues. I'm already selling merch. My merch is bringing in this much. I got this many streams already. Hey, what do y'all want to do for me? At that point, you have leverage because you're coming to the table already with something. And honestly, if you're doing that, you don't really need the record label because you should be making enough money on your own to be happy. I'm gonna tell you, some people want the record label experience just to have that experience of being on your MTVs and your BETs and you're on the Rap Caviar playlist now and you're on the cover of whatever the hot magazine is. Some people want that. And honestly, I think everybody should have that record label experience because it's like going to the league, like going to the NFL, to the NBA. It's like, I'm in the bright lights now. Like, bam, I made it. I did it. Wow, I made it. I'm right in here. I'm in the spot. Everybody should have that. But do you have to have it to be happy and successful? No, you don't. And we're gonna break all that independent stuff down on another video, and I do it in my book as well. So y'all go pick up my book when it comes out very soon. But when you develop a brand and bring that leverage to a record label, they're gonna be more apt to negotiate with you on the contracts. Some of these artists that y'all think are independent, like your Chance the Rappers and rest in peace Mac Miller, that they say they were independent, they work with record labels in some form or fashion. They use some distribution, they use some marketing pieces, but once again, they had enough branding around them and already a following to where they could negotiate that type of situation. Apple doesn't just let you do a one-off deal just because your one song sounds cool. You gotta have a following and some branding to go to Apple and say, hey, I wanna release this project exclusively through you all. What y'all wanna do? That's the way it works. Here are your takeaways for this video. Everything is negotiable in a contract. Read your contract. More importantly, get a lawyer to read and understand your contract and understand what you are signing and agreeing to with the record label. Don't just take the first deal. If somebody wants to give you X amount of dollars, somebody else probably does too. Shop around. Build a brand and you might not even need a deal at all. You can stay independent. Look, if I gave y'all some value, you know what to do. Share button is right there. Click it. It's for free. Let somebody know this video. If you're on Instagram, save it to your favorites. Shoot it over to your friends in the DM. And always like, comment, and subscribe. Matter of fact, do you want to stay independent or do you want to sign a record label? Let me know in the comments. Drop record label or independent so I know what you want to do. I'll hit you up and discuss what you're trying to do and how I can help you get there. Until next time, I'm out.